Share screen.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'm going to send this to you as soon as we're done.
Perfect.
As you can see right here where it says the purpose of the study is to examine the effect of college students.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the effect of exercise.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just a lot of these are just little things. Okay.
Okay, cool.
I deleted correlates because we're not doing a correlation.
Okay.
Okay. This is all good right here. The research study, the need for the study. I made some more adjustments to your annotated bibs.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You'll see where I've just deleted stuff. You got to use all the names the first time. So like this one,
oh, I see.
Riley Braun. Okay. And then what did I see? Okay, you see where this is right here? It says recent studies demonstrate the substantial escalation. Right after the word campuses, there should be some citations.
Okay.
Because they talked about different research studies. You should be noting who they are. Okay, and then put the citation at the bottom. If they don't, take it out.
Okay, cool.
Take it out.
Do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And actually, I don't care at this point if you leave it in here, but just know that when you come to your capstone, you're going to have to, you can't leave it's like what you have to understand. You can't really leave anything, no stone unturned.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you say, I've got 50 people that have said this, you got to have 50 citations. So there were times in my dissertation that when I came to, I knew there were other studies. If I couldn't find those things, I just
didn't.
If I had a couple, I said several. If I said a few, then I put one or two. If I said multiple studies, then I need to have 3 to 5 citations. If I didn't find them, I moved on from it. Okay?
Okay.
So the rest of this is all good. All right? I made some adjustments on your citation. You see where when you turn in your caps, I'm not worried about it for here, but when you turn in your papers, you got to get rid of the hyperlink.
Oh, like the
DOI?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And do you know how to do that?
I mean, just delete it?
No, you right click on it and you go down and it'll say hyperlink and you say remove hyperlink.
Oh, just so it's not blue? So
it's not blue and underlined.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. And then I went through a few things in the next one, the same thing, like the Chauzi or whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah, full citation there.
The full citation there. And then where it says 1, 2, and 3 here, they need to be A, B, and C.
Okay.
You'll see it over here in the notes.
Okay.
You see, I spelled that wrong. But you see they and then on the next page. Yeah. You always want to, the word they is a bad word. Okay. Who is they? The dog at the corner, the boat in the harbor, whoever it is. So anytime you run across the word they, we say they in our speech all the time because it's usually the word they is known to us. But when you're writing, whatever you're writing to, that's who you have to say. So if it's the participants or the authors or whatever, anytime you find the word they, you got to figure out who it is and denote it. Okay. The rest of it's fine. You go to this next one. You did a really good job on that one. And then the last one, the same thing. You don't see because there was only 2 authors here and 2 authors down here. Your citations were perfect. And same with the rest of these. I think there was one more. No, that was it. I'm not, you see, I took out all those little numbers.
Yeah.
You numbered them. You don't have to number them. Okay. So now we get into the methodology review. You'll see how I changed your citation here.
Oh yeah, I had
it's the date and then the page number, and there's no PP. That's MLA.
Okay.
Okay. Other than that, you go find down here, and then the A, B, C, and D, and then you see where I changed the sentence here. Participants were recruited by convenient sampling. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Who's she? That's you.
Yeah.
Primary researcher. Okay. And then you see I changed this. The first part of the survey will be documenting demographics to assess age, gender, and so on and so forth. The second part is Likert scale, asking questions, the relationship, the survey. That's all good. Okay. I think I changed something there. Oh, yeah. It's in the next portion.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. Right here on the outside here, you're doing a paper survey. You cannot put it as an online Dropbox. So, like, you're going to be handing out a paper survey.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't have it come back and end up in an online Dropbox when you have the paper in your hand.
Right.
So now you just have to change that. See where it says where I've marked be stored.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you're going to store it in a locked cabinet.
Cool.
Okay. Mine are in a locked cabinet. I got a couple more years, and I got 6 more years, and then I get to get rid of everything.
Gotcha. I didn't know. So you have to, whenever you do something like this, you have to keep it for 7 years and then destroy it?
For 7 years, and then you're going to destroy it. Why do you have to keep it for 7 years? Because 7 years is statute of limitations. So if they decided to come back and sue you 6 years from now and you didn't have the documents, you would have nothing to show.
And then after 7 years, they can't touch you?
And if you understand, that's the reason for the IRB. It's a pain in the butt, but it's in your best interest and protection.
Yeah.
Because you have an outside person saying expect no harm. When you go to do your caps and possibly your master's thesis and then your dissertation, it's a different level because you're really delving into a true deep subject, even mine. And what it is that you really don't know if you're going to do any harm or not. Even when you're talking about exercising that, you could trigger something. So when it comes to mine, I had to have somebody that I knew that was willing to step up psychiatry wise. And if I needed to, I could get them to somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Generally the school has somebody that's in charge of that. So if there is a problem, you just, you send that person to talk it out and whatever. But most of the time you're not getting through IRB if it's that deep. So yours is like mine. It was skimming the surface, but we're just protecting you from any future litigation.
Okay.
So like if you came in and you said PTSD or you wanted to look at sexual abuse or anything like that, that's where they would go, well, who are your participants? And it goes really deep. This is really the surface. Okay. Population and sample looks good. But check your font because I think this is a different font. You want everything to be Times New Roman 12. And then we just have to work on your survey a little bit. So this is how this works. Make all of these adjustments as you see. You see I've changed the age just to a number rather than age is just a number. Okay. All the rest of these demographics are great. So, and I love your questions. So you're good. Okay.
Oh, good.
I'm going to send you a survey that was just completed in IRB. So you can see how to format the survey completely. So you just have to add in the different things, the strongly disagree.
Yes.
Okay. And then the survey will be on paper. Fill out presence of the primary researcher. The survey has 2 parts, and that's all good. Ethics. Okay. I didn't see any problems with the ethics. I just want you to know that they've already added something this semester. So, because I just want, you're going to have to do it in the second portion, in the qualitative when we do our methodology. You have to denote your procedures. So how are you going to? You have to have the recipe for how you're going to recruit them.
I think I remember.
And then your procedures that you're planning to do have to be outlined. So we're going to add that in the qualitative side. So you've already done it. So it's really, in the end, it's going to be really, really labeled out. So that'll be like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. It's like I told somebody, I don't know, I might even told you. I mean, the bottom line is that you want to put, I told the student, it got sent back. One student I was working with, it came back. So I told her, all you have to do to pass this is to do it like a recipe. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to do 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 this. And then procedure, you do the same thing. They can't question it. Now, when you're doing this, this is kind of like your guideline. It's not a perfect recipe. So if something changes, you're changing it in the paper and adding it. Your IRB dies as soon as you go and you start to write the paper. The IRB kind of stops when you pull your data. Because if you went along and something didn't work and you added something, you're going to put it in the paper. It does not have to go back to IRB.
Gotcha.
The idea of I had to have a phone script and I had to have an email script, even though I didn't do anything on email, and my phone script was, hey man, you want to help me with my dissertation? My phone script was almost a page. Mine was like, hey, can you help me with my dissertation? I need somebody, a successful coach. You're one of them. Let's go. So you tell them what they need to. It's like feeding the beast. You're feeding the beast, and you get through it. So
even if you don't need it, and that goes under methodology.
That'll be in our methodology for the second time.
Okay.
Not for this one.
Cool.
We need to get this done. Yes.
Okay, good.
Qualitative, because it's the same. It's the same on both ends. It's still just a straight recipe.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Okay. I don't see any problems with your consent form, so that's all good. So this is what I need. You did a great job.
Thank you.
And I appreciate all the hard work and all the you staying on top of your edits and getting it done. I wish a whole bunch of other people would have done it. You see things like this right here. Okay.
Delete them.
No.
Oh.
That's called that's called hanging. And anything that is not a full paragraph, move it when you paginate. It should be on the next page.
Okay.
So then, like when you get to, let's see, like this is fine. What you have here is fine. But then when you go to here and you go to your what do you call that thing? Your survey. So we're going to take this out. I'll make another adjustment here. All right. I love copy and paste.
Cool.
Okay. Home, goals, center, and then the next line down is demographic. That didn't go. Okay. And then when you start this one,
Uh-huh.
Oh, what is that? Oh, it's not playing nice. And this is just a survey, so now we're going to center this.
Okay, cool.
This right here starts on its own page. So when that population and sample's done, your next step down, this should start its own page.
Okay.
Same with the consent form. Started on its own page.
Got it.
Deleted that too.
Cool.
Okay. So start all those on its own page and fix everything else up. So I'm going to send you two documents. I'm going to send you one that is a completed survey.
Okay.
That has passed IRB. Okay. So basically you're not changing your questions. You're basically putting in the strongly disagree, strongly agree, all those things. And guess what? You're gonna post it and you're done.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
And then
PowerPoint.
Yes.
You understand the PowerPoint?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't actually looked at the template, but it's really just like copying and pasting from this.
Copy and pasting. Remember, when you get to the biggest thing I don't want you to do is I don't want you to put a whole bunch of words on there.
Okay.
The words go in the bottom, and a lot of it still is copying and pasting.
Okay. And you'll take a look at it before we present?
If you want me to, I will.
Okay. Thank you.
I really don't see. Hold on. I didn't plug in. I don't want to lose you. At this moment, you're the only one that's going to be done. So makes it real easy.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you'll present it very quickly and easily. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. All right, where is it? I think that's in week 7. Week 7. Nope. Week 6. It's in 6 or 5. I don't remember. And lessons. Let's try week 5. Where is it? Week 4. Okay, we've done that. I guess we have to go to week 8.
Wait, what are you looking for?
PowerPoint.
Oh, yeah. I feel it. I thought it was week 7.
Intro to qualitative consent. Wow. Maybe I can get it straight from my computer. Dropbox.
Well, hold on. The qualitative PowerPoint. Oh, yeah. Wait, I don't. Okay.
Do you know which week it's in?
Well, I just see the Dropbox for it, but you're talking about the template, right?
Right.
I feel like I did see it posted though.
Let me see. Research methods. Where are you? There you are. Final IRB. I found it.
Okay, where is it at?
I found it on my computer.
Oh, okay, cool.
It says qualitative too. That's not very good. Can you see it now?
Did you just post it?
No, on your screen.
Oh, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on.
Are you on the Zoom again?
Wait, oh, shoot. I feel like I lost it. I went onto Populi,
That's
but
fine.
now I can't see your screen.
You have a Word? You have Word or you have a Mac?
I have Mac, but I have Word on it.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. Is it Microsoft Windows or if you go to the bottom, go to the Zoom, it should come up. The little Zoom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, good. There we are. Sorry.
So basically, it's just a short introduction. Just tell a little bit about what about just thing. One important finding.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that till after the
Right.
idea is you can't really tell. You can't give a finding of your thing because you're not doing the study.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, one thing you found basically in your research or whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. Heading and in-text citation, not the full one in the whatever you're putting inside the paper, not there. So you got 3 of them, and this is what you're going to talk about. Okay, purpose statement, copy and paste. Need for the study. Just you're answering these 2 questions. Should be pretty easy now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, research question is going to be copy and paste. Methodology, what type, population, and instrumentation. Methodology, you have your citation and quantitative, and then your population, what it is, and your pretty much who your people are going to be. Instrumentation, you're going to talk about your survey itself, the name of the survey, and that sampling method. Pretty simple. You've already done that. Participants, what criteria, tell about your participants you're going to survey. Okay. Procedure, how will you administer the survey? Okay. The survey itself, you're going to go when you're talking about, where is that? The instrumentation right here for this in the methodology section. You're just going to give the name. Mm-hmm. You're going to go into detail down here of what you're going to do with the 2 different sections, and then conclusions. So you've already got 90% of the information right in front of you. Now you're putting it into your sales pitch.
But for conclusion, am I just summing it up? Because, like, I'm not going to have any information from.
Right. Your conclusion is, what are some of the takeaways from the research you performed?
Okay. Cool.
I mean, your little bit of research. Because what you're doing is, in that sense, right at that moment, you're telling me that you're trying to show me how there's value in what you're going to be doing. Because,
if
you're going to do a survey on how people like Yugo cars, you're going to have a really hard sell. Your sell is pretty easy. And the same idea is, and then the next one is your topic. Is this a topic you might use in your capstone? Why or why not?
Yeah.
The idea of, you'd love to use this in your capstone, but now that you've done a little bit of research on this side, is this something that you really want to do for 15 weeks?
Right.
Okay. And the answer is some people are going to say yes, and some people are going to end up saying no. So, and then how are you coming with your qualitative? You give me your topic, right? I sent you something back.
You did? Okay. I hadn't seen, let me go to the discussions really quick. So quantitative title, experience of who? Okay. So I'm a little bit struggling with this. So is it good to say like, well, I mean, like, what do you mean experience of who? Because I mean, like, it's the runner, or like, are you looking for like college students?
Exactly.
Okay. So
remember everything you do from now on, you have to think in the idea of, I got to say what you mean and mean what you say. So go back to when you left out college students. If you just gave me that portion, let me go back and read that exactly like it is. Where did it go? Where did it go?
Yeah, I left out exercise and I said college students.
Yeah. So if I read this right now, the purpose of this study is to examine the effect of college students.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would look at that and go, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
The idea is, now if I say what I mean and mean what I say, I would say the purpose of this study is examine the effect of exercise on college students. You have to give everything. It's got to be right. It's kind of like like I always say, you're not going to rub my back. You're going to punch me in the stomach.
Okay.
When you punch me in the stomach, I'm gonna know right away.
Yeah.
You rub me on the back, you know, hey, that's nice. But everything needs to punch. See, as we change things a little bit in here, it's very straightforward now.
Okay.
No fluff, no extra. I got people sending me for some things. The people that did turn stuff in, I got people sending me 2 pages for something that needs to be said in.
Yeah.
Said in 4 sentences.
Yeah.
Because you think of it this way. When and if you do your dissertation, you are going to figure this out. I'd love for you to figure it out now. When you start reading more journal articles, you'll figure out that study was probably 120 pages. But they turned into 25. Yeah. So you're only getting a portion of the actual research they did. But they're giving you everything straightforward and right up front. That's the way scientific writing is. So when you look at it, if it's got all these extra words and you're going too deep, gotcha. When you get it back from your mentor, you're just going to start Xing stuff out because you're going to say things multiple times. So like when you get to your problem statement, you write your problem statement in chapter 1, you have to redo it in chapter 3. What are you doing? You're taking chapter 1 and you're doing a synopsis in chapter 3. So it may be a page in chapter 1, but it may be only 6 lines and say the same thing in there. It's basically, that's it. Say exactly what you mean. No sugar, no nothing, and you'll be just fine. Okay. So that's the only change you need. The experiences of college students and runners high.
Okay, so the experience of college students and runners high. Okay. Students and runners high.
So now your next step is 6 annotated bibs.
Okay.
And then we're moving to the next step.
Perfect. That'll be a lot easier.
You start thinking about your research question right now. You have 1 research question.
It's just going to be, should it be like, what is runner's high, or like how do you experience runner's high, or when do you experience runner's high?
Let's start with the purpose statement. What would your purpose statement be?
The purpose of the study is to determine.
Nope.
No.
Can't determine. Quantitative. You're going to.
Is to observe or understand. Examine. Okay. So the purpose of the study is to examine. I mean, I would just say runner's high and college students for the purpose statement, but would that be good for a purpose statement?
You forgot one word.
To examine runner's high and college students.
The what? The experience. To examine
the experience. Okay.
Keep that right there in the middle of your head. Don't let it go to the front of the back because you'll lose it.
Okay.
Right everything you're looking at is an experience now. Before you were looking at kind of trying to find something out. Now everything you're going to do on this end is all about the experience. Mm-hmm. You're looking if you were to do this for your capstone, which would be a better capstone than your first one, you're going to take that and you're going to ask maybe 5 to 6 questions, basically starting out with just basic, tell me about your running, tell me why you like your running, and you're going to build toward, have you ever experienced runner's high? You, in essence, you are, and this is something I want you to look up positive psychology.
Okay.
And look up the zone.
Okay.
It was that's what I did for my dissertation. So, basically it's the same idea when you get in that zone. And runner's high truly is the zone. So if you understand the zone, the rest of that will come together. I can't say his name. His name is Chikamahaza. You'll see it when you see it. It's like 19 letters.
Yeah.
Cool. And he's got a couple books out there that I think you can get in the library that you can just skim through. And I read it in about a day. Just going, not reading every word, but gave me an idea. The idea here is you're looking for that singularity moment. And for some people it can last 2-3 minutes, and some people it can last for a half hour.
Yeah.
Okay. In essence, the bottom line is to get into the zone, your skill must meet the challenge. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. You can have skill and you can accept the challenge and do the challenge, but that ultimate moment where everything falls into place comes into one moment, and that moment happens when the skill that you have meets the challenge that's in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what you're looking to pull out is what is that moment that you all of a sudden feel that everything comes together and you get that runner's high. And that's really going to be what your qualifying statement is. Mm-hmm. Okay. You're going to have, when you're picking your participants is how long have you been running? Do you run competitively? You're going to make a decision where you're going to talk about competitively versus non-competitively. And it could be both ways. You have somebody that runs for fun and you have somebody that runs for that. Those are all people that are great in your study. Mm-hmm. Because you get a broader expense because you get people that you're going to get a different answer on the runner that does it recreationally versus the runner who does it as a sport.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So everything has to be an experience. So that's your purpose statement. Your research question, we'll come back to that, but it's much easier on this end.
Yeah.
Do your research first, and then we'll work on your research statement. And then once you have that all done, what's left? Methodology.
Yeah.
And we'll probably, if nobody else turns in any work, we're going to keep doing what we're doing, and you'll just get done.
Cool. That's good with me.
Yeah. I mean, it's like.
I can't imagine being behind at this point.
No.
It's stressful for them.
People are turning stuff in, and it's like, it's wrong. I'm not.
Yeah. Not going to spend time on it either.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what I sent back. I said, watch the video, and they sent it back. It's the same thing. I'll spend as you can tell everybody, mm-hmm. I'll spend as much time as you need as long as you're doing the work.
Yeah. Seriously.
Okay. So I'm going to send this to you. I'm going to send you the example of the survey.
Great.
Make those simple adjustments, get it turned in, finish your PowerPoint, and I think we meet back on the 10th after the week after break.
I think that's our spring. I think the 10th is next Monday, so that's our spring break. So we meet on the 18th.
Following Monday is when you're going to present.
Yep.
It might just be you and me.
Seriously. It'll probably be like you, me, Ethan, and maybe Kaylee.
But actually, Sarah.
Who?
Sarah gets it
Sarah.
done. Sarah, everything's done for Sarah. She's just got to put the final IRB together.
Cool.
It's just
cool.
out of all those people, it's just the 4 of us.
I know. No, that, and like the funny thing is like people like Jared, oh my gosh, will literally text me and be like, hey, like, can you help me with like the methodology? And I'm like, dude, no. I'm like not going back there with you. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. He started doing his work, and then I sent him back the edits, and he never did the edits.
Yeah, no, it doesn't surprise me.
Oh, so hey. You know.
All right, cool. Well, I'll probably text you within the next couple days when I get stuck. But cool.
Okay. Friday I will not be available. That's my father-in-law's funeral. So I'll be down all day. But if you text me out Saturday morning, first thing I'll get to it. Okay. And I don't think you're gonna have any problems. It's still a work in progress. So if you send it back to me, we're gonna. The bottom line is, the whole idea is it's not about a grade; it's about it being right.
Right. Yeah.
And you understanding. So when you go to your capstone, it's just like you walk in and bam, you're ready to go. Mm-hmm. And then all these other people that keep dragging their feet are gonna go, "Why are you done?" And it's like, "Hey, I did what he said." Mm-hmm. That's the whole idea. So. You're on the right track. Okay. Keep working, and the qualitative will go really quick once you get your annotated bibs.
Yeah, no, I feel like I know what I'm doing a little bit better. So.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
There's just some nuances in the qualitative. You remember that form I gave you, the Percy and Costair? It's in one of the weeks. It's the journal article.
Okay. This was like part of the annotated bib weeks?
No. Where in the world is that?
Or what is it like for?
It's a journal article. Hold on. I know I put that in there. That I think might have been at week 4 or 5.
Okay, let me go check.
Or did I give that to you? No, I know I posted that.
It's not 4 or 5.
6. Oh, wait a minute. Is it? Oh, there's the presentation template. It's got its own thing at the very bottom.
Oh, duh. Okay, cool.
I will post that right now.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me. It's probably in there.
Okay.
Are you still on Zoom?
Let me go back really quick. Here we are. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what you need to read and understand. This is a read, but there's certain portion you don't need to read. So like the generic differentiating, just skim that.
Oh, wait, this was the one where we had to read like A through C or something?
Right, and then you come down here. You come down here, and then it talks about data collection. Uh-huh. And then it talks about data analysis. And then we use, which one is it? And if you come down to what page is this? 83. Thematic analysis with constant comparison. This is the exact way you're going to formulate your data collection.
Okay.
Data analysis.
And where is this posted? Just so I can go back.
Don't know, but it'll be posted right now.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
I'm thinking week 8.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in there right now. Oops. Okay, I'm right now posting it. So yeah, that's the one you kind of got to go through. You can just skim it. Make sure you understand it, because if you're going to do qualitative, this is what you want to do for your capstone.
Okay.
So it basically outlines almost everything.
Okay, perfect.
Data collection, data analysis. That first portion is where you'll pull, when we talk about, we did this is going to be used in a quantitative, well, you're going to say this is going to be done in performed using a general qualitative methodology. And where is that bad boy again? That was here. And your definition for that is right here on page, that first page is that second, no, page, what is that? 78, no. Wrong place. The very first page.
Okay.
Where it says differentiating generally, like where it says people's attitudes. Okay, so there's the 6 here. You fall under the very first one.
Okay.
We're looking at the people's attitudes, opinions, or beliefs about a particular issue or experience. That's the basic definition of what you're looking for. And then you go down and you read all the way down at the bottom here, and understanding data collection is real important, because as you can see, you're going to be using the first ones. You're going to be using semi-structured interviews, okay, and then data analysis. You need to read all that, and then you go all the way down here to wherever that is, where it says constant comparison. Mm-hmm. And then this is the one you need to familiarize yourself for your data analysis. So this will be in recipe form. So, and that's cool. Most of what you're going to be using for your methodology. It's almost all right in front of you. That's one reason my methodology was written in about 3 days.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to really go out and search like in a quantitative. So you have an idea what direction you're going for the rest of the time. But once you got the quantitative done and you've got your purpose statement done and your, what do you call them, your annotated bibs done. Mm-hmm. So this time I'm going to put them in 3 and 3. So you're going to do 3 for the first one and 3 for the second one.
Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I honestly might just sit down and do them all in one day just to.
And that's music to my ears.
Yeah.
So you get them turned in, we'll do the edits, and we'll keep going and get her done.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Hit me up for anything. Just remember, Friday I'm out.
Yes, I will. All
right.
Okay, cool.
Have a good one. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.